What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Leslie Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's military is investigating a fatal crash of a military training jet which occurred just minutes after takeoff on Tuesday near the southern port city of Kaohsiung. As Rick Liao reports, it's the latest in a slew of Air Force accidents over the last few years.
Smoke rises on the outskirts of Taiwan's southern city of Kaohsiung on Tuesday morning. 5 minutes after taking off from a nearby Air Force base, an AT-3 trainer jet signal disappeared from radar before it crashed. The city's fire service found flight debris and the body of the pilot, 23-year-old Lieutenant Xu Da-jun. President Tsai Ing-wen led tributes to the young pilot, expressing condolences to his family. The Ministry of National Defense is investigating the crash, and the Air Force has grounded all training flights. Xu's death is the latest in a slew of fatal Air Force crashes in Taiwan. The country's aging AT-3 trainers were built in the 1980s and have been involved in 15 accidents, causing 10 deaths since they came into service.
那这个飞机已经到了40年，它的妥善率虽然可以保持妥善的状况，但是我们可以知道，有的时候它的可靠度没那么的高，两岸的状况也跟以前不一样，对飞行员的培养也在加紧脚步。那对这种使用量高的状况之下，它的飞机的妥善率是不是会受到影响？而且有些的零件是消失性的伤员，并不见得买得到。
In March this year, Taiwan's Air Force grounded its fleet of Mirage 2000 fighter jets after one crashed into the sea, injuring the pilot. And in January, a pilot was killed when an F-16V crashed into the water off western Taiwan.
I think Taiwan military will take the responsibility to investigate such an accident. Whatever the so-called trainer aircraft, the accident is cost of the mechanism or human failure. Anyway, I believe that military will try to build new safety management to avoid such an accident.
Taiwan's Air Force is on the front line of the battle against China's grey zone warfare. China, which claims Taiwan as its own, has upped threats to take the island by force, regularly sending military planes towards the island, forcing Taiwan to scramble its own jets. It is part of China's war of attrition to wear down Taiwan's military.
Actually, the so-called grey zone conflict target or strategy is actually is an kind of psychological warfare. Whatever it uses the aircraft to cross the airspace of Taiwan, or use the so-called information warfare. Information try to transfer and try to change the mindset of a citizen.
As investigators look into what caused this latest fatal crash, the young pilot's death is another blow to an air force and a country which, though not officially at war, is under constant threat. Chris Ma and Rick Liao for TaiwanPlus.
30 Chinese warplanes entered Taiwan's air defense zone on Monday. It was the largest incursion since January. 8 radar planes and 22 fighter jets were detected entering the southwestern corner of Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. Also seen for the first time was a new, more advanced type of fighter jet, the Su-35. The ADIZ is not technically part of Taiwan's airspace, but aircraft must identify themselves when entering this security zone. So far this year, more than 450 Chinese military planes have entered Taiwan's ADIZ. China claims Taiwan as its territory and has not ruled out taking the island by force. Taiwan is stepping up efforts to vaccinate young children against COVID-19. Health officials are opening 6 large-scale vaccination sites in major cities on Wednesday. 5 to 11-year-olds can get the Pfizer-BioNTech jab. About 450,000 children in that age group have already been vaccinated. That's around 30% overall. Taiwan has taken delivery of over 1.1 million vaccine doses meant for children. Many of the child COVID deaths reported in Taiwan have had complications caused by acute encephalitis or inflammation of the brain. This side effect has not been seen in most other parts of the world. A visiting staff doctor with Taipei City Hospital, Jiang Guanyu, says this condition usually has a lasting effect on children.
The child who got the virus encephalitis is always irreversible. It is our problem. Even we have the mannitone, that means to decrease the brain's pressure, or some steroid to downgrade the information. So the long-term cause of the encephalitis, I think there's no answer in Taiwan till now. This is a new phenomenon and we need time.
U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth is in Taiwan. Her trip was not announced until she arrived on Monday night. So far, she's met with President Tsai Ing-wen and Premier Su Tseng-chang. Philip Brossard has the details.
U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth arrived in Taiwan unannounced Monday night before meeting with President Tsai Ing-wen Tuesday morning. During the meeting, she spoke about the strong ties between the two countries.
I am so pleased to be here to, again, reiterate that the United States stands with Taiwan and you will not stand alone. It is more than just about military, it's also about the economy.
During their talks, Tsai announced plans for closer cooperation between the U.S. and Taiwan.
去年7月，达克沃斯参议员领先提出台湾伙伴法案，获得跨党派的支持。也因此，美国国防部正积极研议国民兵跟台湾合作交流。
Duckworth later met with Premier Su Tseng-chang Tuesday afternoon and reiterated the U.S.'s support for Taiwan's democracy. Su thanked the U.S. for vaccines provided during the pandemic. The visit comes shortly after U.S. President Joe Biden's trip to Asia, during which he launched the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. Taiwan is not included in that plan, and this congressional visit is being seen as a show of Washington's continued commitment to Taipei. It's the second U.S. congressional delegation to visit Taiwan this year. Duckworth will meet with Taiwanese security, economic, and trade officials before leaving on Wednesday. Rick E. and Philip Brossard for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's new Stalking and Harassment Prevention Act goes into effect on Wednesday. People who break the law can face jail sentences of up to 5 years. The new law defines 8 different types of behavior as stalking or harassment, and it includes actions carried out online. The law also defines stalking and harassment as continuous or repeated actions that are related to sex or gender and frighten the victim. Police say that victims can help collect evidence of stalking by using their phone to take pictures or videos. The government has also released a new app that can send out a distress call to police with the press of a button. A group of Taiwanese breakdancers has come out on top at an international breakdance championship in France. The dancers Liao Chengde, Luo Guoquan, and Sun Zhen performed with 2 other international dancers to take the group challenge title, defeating France, Germany, and Uganda over the weekend. The Montpellier Extreme Sports Festival is one of the biggest freestyle sporting events in Europe. It was held in southern France over the weekend with teams from more than 50 countries taking part in the competition. The Taiwan breakdance team is now headed to Spain to participate in this year's Madrid Urban Sports Competition. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with images of ancient artifacts from the Iraq National Museum reopening for the first time after the pandemic and a period of political unrest. I'm Leslie Liao. Take care and see you next time.